It has been a very rocky road of a season with the Rams here in year 9, mainly because of our quarterback play. Wagner has thrown 18 interceptions through, 11 games, 12 games? We have 6 left on the season, and every game seems to be bigger than the last because today we're taking on the back-to-back reigning champion Tennessee Titans. But if we're going to win, if we're going to even have a chance to come out on top, our quarterback has got to play better. Last week he threw 5 picks. Week prior to that he had 3. He had 5 against the Ravens, 1 against the Bengals, 2 against the Niners. When was the last time we had watched a game where he had not thrown a pick? I don't think it's happened this season. And we need him to not throw one if we're going to win these games. And we got to bring these numbers down as low as humanly possible. But that is not the only thing that we have to overcome. Last episode, we lost our top running back, Matthew Williams, for the rest of the regular season to a dislocated ankle, and one of our biggest playmakers, Eric Pemberton, for half of the rest of our season due to a torn labrum. We're going to bring in Perry Kaysen to fill in the running back hole left by the injury, and that takes us right into a Week 13 victory against the Carolina Panthers. Had to come back in the fourth quarter, went into it down by 1, and ended up winning by 9. Bryce Young throws a pick here in this game. Wagner does not. Does throw below 200 passing yards, but at least no interceptions. That's a good sign for things to come. Both running backs got plenty of carries and both scored, while Trevor Offord scores through the air with 51 yards in this one. For our defense, we had only 1 sack, and that was for Warren Terry, the only guy to even get a sack for both teams. Meanwhile, Jonathan Dodson gets a pick, so the rookie is really having a pretty promising season here at free safety. And now for some contracts. Matthew Williams wants a pretty substantial cap. He wants $14.3 million starting next year, but then it gets higher each year after that by pretty much $1 million. For a running back that gets hurt in like half the games that we watch, I think that we cannot afford that contract, especially for a running back. But we can't afford a contract for George Vance, and he will sign a 5-year extension. He's been a big part of our defense throughout his entire career. And Trevor Offord says that he wants to once again test the market. We might have to franchise tag him for the second straight season. There's also Emmanuel Forbes, who is on the last year of his deal. And I would rather see what options we have in free agency, because we will have some cap room going into it, but I just can't in good conscience give that much to a running back that hasn't been, top in the league. If he was, then I probably would give him that deal, but somebody who only gets around 1,000 yards a season probably should not be getting $15 million or more per year. That will take us into this Week 14 game against the Tennessee Titans. We're still in the running for the NFC West, and if we win this game, we'll be right up there with the Seahawks. It's a big game. Both teams come in at 7-5 on the season. We're trying to keep ourselves from going back to 500, where we've been kind of teetering on and off around there throughout the entire season to this point. Without further ado, here we go. If you guys wouldn't mind liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you enjoy the content, and also commenting down below your thoughts on the series, on the episode, and on your favorite players here with the Rams. We start with the football from the 18-yard line after a pretty poor return. But we are rocking a new playbook today as Demarius Allen gets across the 35 and fights his way to the 40. A 22-yard pickup he had no business getting. And now on the ground, he keeps it for 4 yards. Already seeing some early runs. Love to see that. We are using the Kyle Shanahan Niners playbook and not using those custom ones any longer because there were just too many passes, too many dangerous throws for Wagner. But we've gone at Demarius Allen already 4 times on the first 4 plays here in this one. And he does get us across midfield. This is Perry Kaysen checking in, and he goes backwards on his first carry as a Ram. Next play, this is caught. B.J. Traynor turns upfield, getting past the linebacker and outrunning him for a first down. A promising drive here for Los Angeles to open this game. The Titans bring pressure, and Wagner's got good protection to find David Jackson inside the 10. A 4-for-4 start for QB1. Back to throw on first and goal. This one's caught, but they're going to say there's a penalty down. David Jackson the targets, and it's PI on Tennessee to set up first and goal from the 2. Trevor Alford gets the carry and is in the end zone for an opening drive touchdown. The Rams open the game in the best way possible. Now we just got to protect this lead. No lead is safe, though. We saw this last episode and the week prior to that as well. Can never be too careful once you take the lead, but it is 7-0. 8 plays, 82 yards, over 4 minutes off the clock. A really strong opening possession for the Rams. The Titans come out with 6:36 on the clock. Simpson off the back of Baz Knight's helmet and completes. Gonna stick with the air here, trying to air it out down the field, but out of reach for his receiver, who definitely was open. Third down. Stepping up, Simpson's got the first down and more. A 17-yard gain to keep the drive alive. Stopping the scrambles has been probably the weakest part of our defense throughout the entire season. Otherwise, we've been pretty solid against the run, especially. Against the pass is where things were kind of shaky to start the season, but we've kind of brought that under wraps as the year has gone on, which seems to be kind of how the defense always operates. That one is airmailed on 3rd and 5. Incomplete from Simpson, and the defense gets off the field. That was just a bad throw, but we'll take it. 1st and 10 from the 27. Allen breaks a tackle and gets good blocking. Pinballed around for a first down. So this game is going to be a pretty big game for us to really determine whether or not we should try to bring in Matthew Williams back and free agency, because obviously we don't have him for the rest of our season, so we'll see plenty of games where he's not out there, and we've got some lower rated running backs that are. We're already seeing a pretty good impact from Allen here on the first couple of drives. 3rd and 8, that one's batted away. A diving play by Hall to prevent the first down, and that will take us off the field. Tennessee second drive starts from the 20-yard line. This is caught by Dulong, the X-Factor tight end. Next play on the ground. First down for DeAndre Morrison, the X-Factor running back. A lot of X-Factors here on the offense. They've got an X-Factor running back, receiver, and tight end. Their quarterback is kind of a mid-rated quarterback. Right back to Dulong. Just the second completion for Simpson, and both have gone to him. On the 45, Morrison up to the 49-yard line, just shy of midfield, and now across it and into plus territory is the tight ends again. Outside, Morrison cuts it back in, but nowhere to go. Daniel Levy with the tackle, only 14 yards on 5 runs here in the first quarter, and that'll do it here. Rams in front, tight ends driving. We flip fields. Morrison up the guts to set up 3rd and 4. Trying to keep this drive going. This pass is incomplete on the outside. Macklin dove for it, but couldn't reel it in. So they will fake the field goal. The pass is incomplete. Jonathan Dodson with the late pass breakup on the X-Factor tight end. And after all of that, the drive goes nowhere. Was not expecting a fake field goal, but They brought that, and now David Parsons somehow gets across midfield. I don't know how. He broke a couple of tackles and got pushed forward. Through the air on 1st and 10, right back to Parson. Just shy of the line to gain. And he'll get it again. Outside the numbers now to move the sticks. Wagner 7 for 9 passing here in this game. This is his first game in a couple of weeks not throwing a pick in the first quarter. And right back to Parson, who's wide open inside the 10. Link it up with Parson on 4 straight completions. And we've got 1st and goal from the 5. For the end zone, and caught, touchdown Rams. Trevor Offord, his 2nd score. 1 on the ground and now 1 through the air. And the Rams take a 14-0 lead behind Younghoe Koo's. Point after touchdown. The Titans take over, just under 8 to go in the first half. This is dumped off for Greg Scott and complete, but no gain on the reception. And now back to the ground. It's on the outside. Morrison wrapped up. Really nice tackle there by the rookie safety. 6 to go on 3rd down. Pressure from behind, and that should have been picked off. That would have been a pick 6 if Richards would have hung on, man. That is a huge play to not have been made. But we do still force the punts in the end, but man, gotta have better hands than that. That is the one thing that Richards has kind of struggled with, is consistently dropping INTs, but he also racks up several throughout the course of his season, so I can't really complain too much. That was a big swing right there. 1st and 10 Rams leading by 2 scores. To the outside, it's Demarius Allen up the sideline, up to the Titans' 42-yard line. A big gain. Brings up 1st and 10 in plus territory. Cross-body throw, caught in bounds, but no gain for Allen. Under half of the quarter left. Wagner steps back and cannot link up with David Jackson. Kyle Hamilton breaks that one up to bring up 3rd down. And wide open, it's Trevor Offord up to the red zone. Jesse Wagner having himself a really nice first half. 11 for 14 passing so far. Receivers getting open. And accurate throws to this point by QB1. From the 17. Backing up. Wagner hit as he threw, out of reach. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Tennessee trying to hold our offense to a field goal. And we had a man in the end zone, and that one was nearly picked off as well. Wagner threw a bullet pass, but he had Stoudemire uncovered in the end zone. Instead, we do have to hold for 3, but no trickery from us. The field goal's up and good from Q. It's 17-0 Rams. You've seen this before. There's plenty of time left for the Titans to get on the board here before the first half is over. And Morrison will move the chains here through the air. Now on the ground, but George Vance is out there on the edge to bring him down for a loss of 1. The run defense, both this week and last week, has been absolutely stellar. The pass defense is playing well too. We played very well against the Cowboys. And they're playing well here against the former champions. Greg Scott, though, hauls that one in to bring up 1st down. Out of the warning, this is complete to Macklin. Gain of 5. And across midfield, they got to go no huddle with under 2 to play and all 3 timeouts. Under pressure, Simpson taken down by Quincy Basnight for a loss of 12 yards to bring up 3rd and very long. Play fake. Stepping up and wide open. This is Martin Strong inside the 10. A huge gain allowed by our defense. And Tennessee is knocking on the door after all of that. Would have loved to get a stop there, but instead 1st and goal. And this one's complete right back to Dulong to bring up 2nd and 6. Over the middle, complete in the end zone. Martin Strong in there for 6. The first score for Tennessee. Our defense always seems to allow these kinds of scores to close the first half. It happens in like 70% of our showcase games. The PAT is up and good, and that will take us to halftime, leading by 10. But as I said earlier, no lead is safe. We led 13-0 at halftime in our last game and failed to score in the second. Can this playbook give the offense a better second half performance? I really hope so. The Seahawks are on track to move to 9-4. Meanwhile, the Giants fall to 8-5 with a loss against the Patriots. Mac Jones, 3 touchdowns in that game. You got the Texans hosting the Chargers, 2 kind of mid-tier teams that have a lot of work to do. Chargers up in that game. But the Titans start with the football here in the second half. Exactly why you can't allow those first half touchdowns to end the half. But Morrison lost it. That was a clean fumble, and it's recovered by the Rams. Antoine Washington scoops it up, and this was Carlos Ruiz laying the wood and forcing the turnover. A huge play on the first play from scrimmage, and the offense comes out already in field goal range. 1st and 10 from the 32. Allen on the outside for a gain of 5 yards. A really solid average for him so far. This one's hauled in by Trevor Alford in traffic. He broke a tackle as well. He's been so reliable. We got to figure out a way to bring this guy back. 1st and 10. Incomplete for Stoudemire. And from the 13. 2nd down. Good protection, but thrown away by Wagner. It's going to bring up another 3rd down. Going to throw it over the middle. Complete to David Jackson. Touchdown Rams once again. Our lead extends back to 17 off the touchdown, but it was the defense that really gave us this. Carlos Ruiz forces the fumble, and we don't let the opportunity go to waste. You'll love to see it. Both sides of the ball working in tandem to put us in front. 24-7. So Morrison having a pretty rough day. 36 yards on 10 carries, and now the fumble that led to a touchdown. They're going to give it right back to him, trying to reestablish the run, but only 2 yards here. The front four has done a fantastic job plugging these holes, and the linebackers have been great plugging the A and B gaps in case, there were holes that were open. 3rd and 4 coming up for Tennessee. Back to throw. Simpson completes it across the 50. That's Greg Scott on the reception. His 4th one here in this game. Now back to the ground. Morrison cuts it inside and gains 8 yards. Single back formation, but going backwards. Carlos Ruiz makes the tackle. Some really nice plays to open the quarter for him. A big 3rd down for the Titans offense, and Ruiz with another play. Knocking this one loose. Morrison can't hang on. And the Titans on 4th and 3. Fake the punt, and this time they convert. Some more trickery from Tennessee, and that will keep their drive alive. Up to the 37-yard line. This is Dulong for a 3-yard gain. Morrison on the ground, gets the carry. Not much there. 5 to go on 3rd down. They're going to throw it. This is incomplete. Jarred loose by the rookie safety Jonathan Dodson, making some plays here in this episode. And this time, no trickery afoot from the Titans. They will hold for 3, and it's back to a 2-score game, but the Rams lead by 2 touchdowns. 4:31 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Next drive starts from the 18-yard line. On the ground, this is Trevor Alford. His second carry goes for a couple. And a 4 to play in the quarter. Demarius Allen can't get much. That'll bring up 3rd and 6. Gonna have to throw it. Wagner over the middle, off the helmet of Allen. Not on the same page. He was not looking his way. And the Rams go 3 and out. Not what you want to see. But we still are holding on to a nice lead. Simpson stepping up and taken down from behind. Nice tackle by Kennedy to prevent any positive yardage. Next play, pressured on the throw. Simpson never got it off cleanly. That brings up 3rd and 10 to go. Simpson completes it. What a catch by Macklin. And coverage with Darius Richards, no less, and he hauls it in. A spectacular catch. Another nice play by Tennessee to keep their drive going. And they're already across the 40-yard line now. Simpson pressured again and incomplete. Back to the air, but no time to get a throw off. Emmanuel Forbes off the edge. Takes him down for a loss. 19 to go on 3rd down. Simpson steps up and can't complete it to Macklin. George Vance in coverage. Unfortunately, Quincy Basnight goes down on the play. Aren't sure if he can return to this game. Probably won't with only a quarter left to go. The punt goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line where the offense will come back out. If we score here, we could essentially ice the game, going up by 3 scores, but we've seen crazier things happen. Last play of the 3rd quarter, most likely. It's caught by Trevor Offord across the middle. 1st and 10 Rams. And that will take us to the 4th quarter. Just got to avoid any turnovers. That's pretty much all we got to keep under wraps here. Otherwise, we're playing a pretty clean football game here. 2nd down. Titans bring 5, and Wagner's going down. A loss of 11. Moorhead got to him. 2 defenders were there. 3rd and 20. Long way to go. Wagner back to throw. Pressure coming again. And he throws it away this time. That's the smart idea. Don't take the sack. And the punt ends up being a pretty good one. Titans take over from their 34. And this is Morrison breaking a tackle. And they're already across the 50. That's his best run by far here in this game. That gets them into plus territory. Morrison up across the 40 now. Another nice gain. Sets up 2nd and short. Simpson waits and then finds Dulong across the 25, but the ball comes out and it's poked out by a lineman. It's going to stay with Tennessee, but that was a clean fumble forced by Carlos Ruiz, who continues to show up here in this game. Antonio Stroud breaks the pass up. That brings up 2nd and 10. Play action. Time for Simpson, and this one's hauled in by Scott, who's had a pretty busy day. His 5th catch goes for a 1st down. From the 11, out to Scott, and now inside the 10. Just over 7 minutes to go. Morrison doesn't have any room to run. Good tackle there by Carl Graham. 3rd down. Simpson has good protection, and he finds Strong in the end zone once again. Touchdown, Tennessee. They're right back in this game. 1 score separates us and them. 6:24 to play. The offense has to score if we want a chance to really close it out on this possession. This is hauled in by David Parson, but now he comes up limping. He's injured. He heads to the bench. Another injury for the offense. And now Wagner with an inaccurate throw. 3rd and 6 coming up. You got to convert this. This is caught by Stoudemire right over the heart of the field. His first reception of the entire game, and it's in a big moment. It keeps the drive alive. Allen trying to churn his legs for 4 yards. And now if we can just get ourselves in field goal range, we should be able to put this game to rest. Trevor Offord for the first down. Gain of 11 on that reception. Gonna keep it in the air. This is caught by Gresham, our 3rd tight end. With Parson out, he will get an opportunity. And now back to Trevor Offord, turning upfield inside the 5. 1st and goal, Rams knocking on the door, trying to ice this game on this possession. Allen up to the 4. A short gain. 2nd and goal, same exact play. This is Perry Kaysen now. He gains 2 to bring up 3rd and goal. This is Kaysen in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. And that ought to do it here in SoFi. A big win against a Titans team that came in above 500. They've won the last 2 Super Bowls, but we take it 31-17. The next Titans drive would get up to around midfield. Under a minute to play, and Dodson picks off Simpson to close it out. A big play by the rookie. Exactly what you want to see from your safety. Reading the eyes of the quarterback, reading the routes, and jumping it on a perfectly timed pick. Does not get any better than that. And the Rams come out on top, winning by 2 touchdowns. A huge win here in Week 14. Are the Rams back on track? Maybe so with this new playbook. At least, I really hope so. A great win here, 31-17 against the Titans. We scored a touchdown in every quarter of this game. That is way different than last game, where we only scored in the second quarter, did not score in the first, third, or fourth. But here, Wagner had probably his best showcase game of the entire season. 300 yards on the dot, 2 touchdowns, no INTs. We picked off Simpson once. Demarius Allen ran the ball great here, 5.8 per carry, 12 attempts for 70 yards. Trevor Offord scored on the ground and through the air, 96 yards for him. David Parson had 78 before he got hurt. And David Jackson had a touchdown and 50 yards as well. Solid numbers for the number 2 receiver. And we had a pretty good pass rush too. Consistent pressure on Simpson. Forbes and Basnight got their sacks. Dodson picks up his 3rd pick of the season. And Carlos Ruiz had an awesome game. 2 forced fumbles, 1 recovered by Washington to set up the touchdown drive to open that second half. And our kicker was perfect. That takes us into a Week 15 game against the Saints. Both teams 8-5, but the Seahawks still hold first place in the West at a 9-4 record. We've got 4 games left on the schedule, 2 of which are against NFC South opponents, both of which are on track to be playoff teams. The Saints and Falcons are top 5 seeds right now in the NFC. The Steelers are the worst team across the entire league, while the Cardinals are 6-7. So some very different games coming up, but right now we are in the playoff picture as the 6th seed. The Seahawks actually have the 1 at 9-4, so we could easily play some good football and get the 1 seed for our 2nd straight season, but a lot of work to get there if we want to do that. Please like the video, subscribe, comment down below, guys, and we'll pick it up next time to maybe round out this season, but might just want to do a part 1 and 2 to round things out. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys there.